Hi, today we will learn Dutch or Netherlands about these words. Let's start it. Op is on top of. Op, on top of. This is onder. It means under. Onder. Boven, above. For house, we have upstairs, boven. Downstairs, beneden. And this one, before or in front of. Voor, behind, achter, next to, or beside, next to, naast, naast, in between, tussen, tussen. If we want to say around 12 noon, in between ochtend or morning and middag, in this case middag is afternoon in Dutch, around 12 noon, around or in between ochtend and middag, we can say it as tussen de middag, somewhere around 12 noon. And now we will learn this one. Steeg, alley. Alley is steeg. And in Netherlands, from one house, it's long ago, because nowadays the construction and the structure material is different. Mostly not with wood anymore. Nowadays with the beton, and before, long ago, it was with wood, the house structure and construction. That's why they have brandgang. 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 Gang is the hallway, but hallway inside the house. If we say gang, or I will just write it here, it means hallway, but hall inside the house or inside the building. Hall, gang. If you want to say alley, is steeg. But there's gang or hall that outside the house, outside the building, which is brandgang. Brand is fire, gang is or burn. Fire is vuur, brand is burn or fire, burning, burn. Gang is the hall. It means from one house to the other house, they have a wall. They put about like 30 centimeters or so to make, when there's fire here, the fire hopefully not attach or not going to the other house. It's to prevention from, if one house on fire, so the fire stay there, not going to the other house, because before the construction and structure were made from wood. because if wood and you don't have the brandgang, this is one house, this is the other house, the wall together, of course fire will go so fast. But if you have brandgang, the fire have at least space a bit, so prevent from going to the other house. This is across. When we have to say across, we say it as tegenover. Pedestrian or sidewalk. Sidewalk, I don't draw anything here, but it's here. Sidewalk, I say pedestrian for pedestrian walking. It's stoep. Stoep. This is modern word for that because before we use trottoir. Trottoir. But nowadays this is more famous or more used. Stoep. We'll go to here. Highway is snelweg. Weg is way. Snel is fast. Highway is snelweg. Together, one word. Same with this one. Even though it's from brand and gang, but we put it together into one word. This one also. Even though it's from snel and weg, we put it together. Snelweg, highway. This one, if you don't have to pay, but if you have to pay, tolweg. The toll road is tolweg. One word, even though it's from toll and weg. And then we have weg, road or way. Weg. Laan is street or avenue or road. Straat is street. And trottoir, it was from this one, stoep. And we have fine, boete. We'll jump here. Police, politie. One or singular, politie. Plural or more than one, also politie. Police office, politiebureau. Together, one word, even though it's from politie and bureau. When we have to say police office, politiebureau. One word. Richting, direction. More than one or plural or directions. Richtingen. We add the an or en. Richtingen. Straight ahead. Rechtdoor. U-turn. Draai om. Turn left. Links af. Turn right. Rechts af. Left, links, right, rechts. Traffic, verkeer, verkeer. Traffic jam, if one or singular, file or file. If more than one or plural, traffic jam, more than one, traffic jams, files. We put the S. Parking, parkeren. Parking ticket, parkeerbon. The ticket is bon. The parking is parkeer. Together, we put it into one single word, parkeerbon, parking ticket. And last one, the traffic light, verkeerslicht. It's from verkeer, the traffic, and then the light, licht. We put the S, verkeerslicht, traffic light, or we can also say it as stoplicht. All one word, verkeerslicht or stoplicht. Thank you. Hi, today we will learn Indonesian language or Bahasa Indonesia about these words. Let's start it. Top, under, above, below. In Indonesian language or Bahasa Indonesia, we don't have different words for top and above. We use same word, which is atas for top and for above. Atas, atas. For under, under, and below, we use bawah, bawah. So, no matter touching each other or not, we use same word, atas, atas, or bawah, bawah. Sometimes you need the di word. Di can be in, can be on, can be at, can be many other meanings. We already learned about it in the previous video. So this di can appear, can be skipped. This di can be appear here, can be skipped too. Yeah. Atas, atas, bawah, bawah. Di atas, di bawah. And if it's needed, you can also use di here and di here. But most of the times, if touching each other like this, we use the di. If it's not touching each other, we don't use the di. But there's also possibility when we use di. House, upstairs, lantai atas. Lantai is floor, atas, top or above. Two words, lantai, floor, atas, top or above. Downstairs, lantai bawah. Lantai floor, bawah, under or below. You will find this lantai being shortened into L and T and then dot. It's shortened version for lantai or floor. But me myself, in formal occasion, I use the complete word lantai instead of making in short like LT and then dot atas or LT dot bawah. Yeah. Sometimes you will find this LT or LT in Indonesia is LT and then don't forget the dot for like floor plan or section elevation in architectural drawing. Sometimes we make it shorter into LT, or you will find in some other case too, the lantai becomes LT. But formal way to say or to write with lantai. Of course, you don't say LT atas, LT bawah. You don't pronounce it. Even though it's written LT, you will just say it as lantai or floor. In front is depan. In front or in front of, but in Indonesian language or Bahasa Indonesia we don't use the of. We just say di depan. Di, again similar with this one, can be in, on, at, or many others. Di, and then space, depan, front. Behind, di, space, belakang, back. So behind is at back. Di belakang. Belakang is back. But when you have to say behind, you say di space. You don't say the space, of course. But when you write it, you put space here. Belakang. Behind. Di belakang. Next to or beside can be sebelah, sebelah, or samping, samping. Of course, sometimes it's needed to use the di. Sometimes we can skip the di. Don't forget the space. Di sebelah or di samping. Beside or next to. Beside or next to, beside or next to. In between, di antara. Antara is between. So in this case, this di it means in. Don't forget space. Di antara, in between. Alley, gang. Gang. Hallway, lorong. Lorong. Across, seberang. Seberang. Sometimes we use di. Sometimes we can skip di. Don't forget the space. Yeah, so di can be in, at, on, many other things. We use di. But seberang itself, of course, di seberang also it means across. Seberang also across. Police, polisi. Police office, kantor, space here, polisi. So the office first and then the police. Even though we want to say police office, but in Indonesian you say the office first and then you say the police. Kantor polisi. And fine, denda. Denda. Here, even though I don't draw it, sidewalk, trotoar. trotoar. Road or avenue or street or lane, all of them we say it as jalan. So this in Indonesia you just say jalan for most of everything, for avenue, for road, for way, for street, for lane. You say it for street, you say it all with jalan. And for highway, we don't have, at least as far as I know, we don't have free highway. We always have to pay for the highway, always have to pay. That's why our Indonesian highway, it's always jalan tol. Don't forget the space here. Jalan tol. Because we always have to pay for it. So even though it's highway, we always say it as jalan tol. Because we don't have highway that is free. We have to pay for the highway. That's why we always say it as jalan tol. Sorry for keep repeating about it. And sometimes if we want to be more specific, of course we can say main road, jalan utama. Utama is main. Jalan utama, main road. Or we can also say big road. Besar, big. Jalan besar. So the road first and then big. Road big road. Jalan besar. For small road or street or lane, you say jalan kecil. Kecil is small. Jalan is road. Even though this is street or lane, we use the jalan. Jalan kecil, small. This is road. Don't forget space here. Yeah. But for everything, we don't have like the name of the road is like road or street or avenue. We just use jalan for all of them. For avenue, for road, for street, for lane, we use jalan. All of it. And now, direction, arah. Direction, arah. If more than one or plural, if we want to say directions as directions, to make it into plural, we just repeat the word and then don't forget the stripe. Arah, arah. Directions, more than one or plural. Directions, because this is direction. But when you have to say it with number in front of, in this case, for example, dua, two, we don't say it as dua arah arah, but we say it as dua arah. If there's number in front of, we use the singular version. If we don't put the number, we use the plural version, which is repeating the word. Direction, directions, to direction. Even though in English, two directions, but in Indonesia, direction. Because you already put the number here. Even though it's one, of course, if 1, 2, 3, 100, you write arah. Instead of arah-arah, you write it arah if you have number here. Dua is tu. Dua arah. Tu directions, but in this case, direction. And this works for all noun. You can change with chicken, you can change with house, you can change with car. It's same. The system and the rule is same. Yeah, we'll move a bit. And straight ahead is lurus, lurus. But sometimes you will hear people add next word, terus. Lurus itself, it means straight, and it can also mean straight ahead, lurus. When you say lurus, it's straight, or it can be also straight ahead, but sometimes people, to make it strong, to strengthen, they say it with lurus terus, keep straight. So this terus, it means keep. Even though lurus, it's already straight ahead. Terus is keep. Lurus, terus. But when you have lurus, it's already formal, good enough to say straight ahead. U-turn, putar balik. Two words. We have space. Putar is spin. Balik is reverse. So when we have to say U-turn in Indonesian language or Bahasa Indonesia, you say it with spin, reverse. Putar balik. Putar balik. Spin, reverse. Turn left, turn belok, left, kiri. Turn right, belok, kanan, right. Left, kiri, right, kanan. Traffic, lalu, lintas. Two words, lalu, lintas. Traffic. Traffic jam can be macet, the E is E, or can be macet, the E is A. It's different area. I'm from West Java. I say it as macet, macet with the A, but in other area you will hear also macet, macet, and can be also macet, macet. I'm Sundanese, so from West Java, yeah, sometimes we say macet, sometimes I'm more into macet, macet, traffic jam. Parking, parkir, parking ticket, ticket, and then space, parkir. So the ticket first, and then the parking. Tiket, parkir. Traffic light can be two. Lampu, light, merah, red, red light. Even though we have other colors, but we say it as red light. Lampu, merah. The light first, and then the merah. Red. Lampu merah. Light red. Lampu is from Dutch. Lampje. Lamp is light. To make it small, you put small je, lampje, lampje, small light. But in Indonesia, it becomes lampu. From lampje, it becomes lampu. Even though it's not small, but in Indonesia, for all of the light, it's lampu. Or we can also say traffic light. Of course, we put the lampu first, lamp, light, lampu, and then the traffic. Lalu, lintas. It becomes 3 words. Lampu, lalu, lintas. Traffic light. Thank you.